top lane will be the Nocturne versus Lulu. Ends up being the most oppressive, very frustrating to deal with Lulu. The Sylas matchup into Lulu is kind of annoying when you're that far away, that isolated. So this is what we end up with here at the end of the day. DRX's composition in mid, the fact that SOLKA doesn't have flash makes him somewhat vulnerable, even though he is Akali, very mobile, very easy to get out of slippy situations.
All right, Rascal just getting on back there as he's underneath the turret. Kingen flashes. Is the turn as Pyosik going to be starting off on this Rift Scuttler, and Clid not going to try and contest by the looks. Oh, okay, never mind. Paranoia comes in. The flash immediately has to come through as there's the fear. Pyosik going to move on back. Audacious Charge is going to get himself a little bit closer to his turret, and they do survive at the moment as SOLKA, perfect execution online, but too squishy to be able to survive without having that repositioning tool despite Wild Growth existing. And so Pyosik now moving up towards this Tri-Brush, spotted of course. And there's another Paranoia. Crescent Guard going to be used, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. First Blood going over to Clid. And Gen.G, it's feeling just so
Cryo. They're going to maybe look to trade objectives here in terms of the Herald versus Drake. Pyosik's already on the Drake, so they might be able to make this happen. But I love that Gen.G is, like they always do, and he's going to find this part of the jungle is in fact empty, and he's going to look for more here. They did not see him. There's no vision.
Yep, ulti back available. Wind becomes lightning. Going to stab the Ezreal, but he has the Arcane Shift. There's the flash on forward as Life with the Dredge line. Super Mega Death Rocket will be enough for BDD. He's down here. Crescent Guard has been picked up by the Sylas, but SOLKA joins as well, and BDD has to flash away. Ruler without the damage to augment it, and Rascal is just chilling on the top side of the map with Shelly smacking down structures.
He actually is going to get this turret, I think.
It might have been
I
able
think
to.
he could have
if
actually
he had
canceled
committed,
that. Drake positional advantage they have means they might get a second one in the bag here. Gen.G going to respond.
Yep. Collapse is coming through here. BDD does have the perfect execution available as the Dredge line is going to connect. There's another Paranoia from Rascal. Gets into the back line, but the knockups are pretty good here. SOLKA coming on forward. Rascal going to be taken down first as BDD gets over the wall, but he does not want to be there. And the perfect execution again from SOLKA is going to come through. Becca maybe a little bit over-ambitious, but isn't going to find the Tongue Lash. And Gen.G, they lose their solo lanes, and they have to now lose the Drake as well. DRX really starting to take control.
Yeah, DRX.
Maybe this is some of the technology that has been put together by our friend CV Max. He said, well,
just piloting there for a second. I think that zoom in was supposed to show. Hold that thought.
Yeah, they're just going to siege down this turret, and it looks like Gen.G is going to give it up.
I think the observers are trying to highlight that DRX are...
Well, SOLKA almost went aggressive there. As you can see, it looks like that Soul Point is just going to be free on the side of DRX. SOLKA now probably knows that he's in a bit of trouble, but he's able to get the Shroud down. We'll see whether he's actually going to be able to keep himself alive, and the answer is absolutely yes.
So all of that time, all of the resources, ZHao actually initiate and get in, but what we have been seeing in reality against this comp that's super aggressive. Oh, hold that thought. Here we go. We're going to see it again.
They're going to engage right on top of
exactly
this. Yep, the Crescent Guard comes through yet again, but he's two by himself. The rest of DRX not there. You mentioned the fact that they really want to be grouping.
So for the first time, Gen.G actually make this Paranoia play actually stick. They're able to do it right before the objective. You know, catching some of the DRX members trying to clear out some of that Baron vision. And now they're going to put their first Drake on the board.
A little bit late on the Super Mega Death Rocket.
Defensive fights. So even when they win a fight or get a slight edge, it's hard for them to actually push advantages if there's no objective up, right? They can push mid, but that's it. Here we go.
Yeah, another Paranoia to come through. That is just going to try and guarantee this turret as Ruler. Oh, Super Mega Death Threat relatively close, but not close enough. Clid runs pretty fast, and Ruler has to get the heck out.
So they can clear out vision and actually start Baron, because now Gen.G have to funnel through this choke. They have no vision whatsoever, and now this is going to be DRX's fight to force. There's no Paranoia. They don't have to worry about that.
True Shot Barrage is going to spot that the Baron has been started here.
Wins the turn. SOLKA with the flank.
Oh yeah, looking for this flank play. I believe he is going to be spotted, but no, actually, he's going to move himself back around. Starts the fight as BDD dives on in as well, and the first kill is going to go over to the Jinx. Now Pyosik picks exactly the right time this time as BDD gets out. He's got a heck of a lot of dashes and a flash, but Pyosik's got an audacious charge. And BDD, does he have the Kingslayer back up? It's not going to matter. Bao grabs another one.
The audacity from Pyosik. That fight was so beautiful.
Yeah, and they should be able to take the Baron off the back of this as well.
They will,
unless Clid could do something crazy.
There's no way you can stop this. They're going to have to clear these wards out, but I mean, they're going to try something here. Look at where SOLKA is right now. Crossing this gap is going to be so hard. Ruler is like, he's walking the tightrope.
Yeah, not a lot of mana left as Kingen down relatively low. Pyosik wants to close the gap. They are going to engage onto Clid, who can run really fast. Depth charge. It's already utilized. Life not actually here, so wasn't actually able to do it. And that's the Ezreal just dove on. And a little bit late is Rascal there with the...
Again, they do get forced off here, though. Some really nice plays from Ruler.
Yeah, Ruler just making sure that that Baron can't be taken down. I actually heard this weird sound that sounded like a depth charge. It absolutely wasn't, because of course that was on Ruler's side, so I apologize. Feels like DRX sort of understand that Gen.G do like engaging on them, and they're going to start off this Baron yet again and wait for Gen.G to try and do something about it. Bao just continuing to auto-attack. This is a lot of pressure now on Gen.G. Rascal a little bit too far away as Paranoia is available, but not in range right now, as here's the turn. In goes the Crescent Guard. No way Life is going to do any damage, as it eventually does wear off. Pyosik goes golden, though. He bought so much time, but no kills just yet. In goes the dive as BDD goes golden. Ruler is going to get turned on, though. SOLKA says absolutely not. There's no re-engage, and BDD, unfortunately, gets baited in. True Shot Barrage doing a fair bit of damage there as Kingen down quite low. Bao at about half health. But DRX, they're all still up and alive, and all of the pieces to their puzzle are just so good when they're together.
Bao is going to do so much damage to this Baron, it just goes down so quickly. Gen.G have to fight for this, but they don't have the tools to engage.
Yeah, this is so difficult. Clid does have the Smite available, but can he even get into the pit? He doesn't even have Smite.
Wild Growth back up for Kingen. He just teleports in.
All of his health bar there as well. Like you were mentioning, the teleport going to bring him right into the pit. And there's the engage onto Ruler. They know exactly which one they want to be taking down, as the Nautilus is going to be taken out. And the heal utilized from Ruler, but he gets exhausted, he gets licked, and Pyosik's looking for him. Super Mega Death Rocket, the audacious charge just for the last hit. And finally, at the third time of starting it, the Baron is going to be taken down.
It was such a great fight for DRX. They're really playing the kind of game that terrifies you, right? It's a game that they've come up with this really soft counter, actually, to the Nocturne pick, right? It's the Lulu with the ZHao. You've got a Sylas on the board, you have UDyr who's removing all that vision. You're often spotted. It's very slow push.
Speaking of spotted, Clid is down to about a third health. Total stance is going to keep him alive as Ruler, I mean, he's trying to dish out damage at all angles, but he just doesn't have, you know, there aren't enough Rulers. At this point in time, as the inhibitor turret on the top side of the map is going to be taken down. The pressure here of the 5-man unit. Here is the engage. In goes Rascal, finds himself his stopwatch as Pyosik. Look at him. He's buying space from the entire team, and Gen.G are just melting because Bao is untouched. Gets to Bao. He's still at half health as BDD once again. Stopwatches, Zhonya's in the back line. But we've seen this so many times, it's just not enough to actually take down a carry. This is the happiest Jinx that I've seen in such a long time.
Oh, this is just looking like it's the beginning of the end here.
Yep, Pyosik in once again. He's going to go down to his GA, so that might have been a little bit overly aggressive, as now the Jinx walking away. That fear lasts for a really long time, but eventually he gets excited. He gets onto these Nexus turrets, and if I was Bao, I'd be excited as well. As, oh my god, the crits are really starting to hurt as the zap gets soaked by the spell shield, but the Nexus isn't going to be so lucky as Bao is still alive, gets the wild growth right at the end, and the Nexus will fall in favor of DRX. Welcome back, CB.